get started.
This your man down, Tony producer. And the line dance connection. Tap performer. And my girl Queen Sheila. Come on, get busy. It's the line dance connection. Come on. It's the line dance connection.
All right. How y'all doing out there in line dance land? I am your host, Queen Sheila, all the way from Tampa, Florida, and I lead the group, the Line Dance Connection. We're so glad that you tuned in today. We had a few technical difficulties on my end. I do apologize, but we're here with you, and we're going to have us a great time. We have some awesome guests with us today, but before I introduce my guests, I want to introduce you to our co-host, none other than Mr. Marquise Christopher, all the way from Gibson, Florida. What's up, Keith?
Hey, Queen, what's up? All is well.
Hey,
How you doing?
Bro. Gotta be you. That's what they tell me.
I swear I thought you had to read my last name to say it right, though.
Oh, no. You know, that's my intro part. You know how we do. You know.
I know she's still having troubles.
Oh, no. How's your day going?
It's going good, man. You know, I'm on this challenge I have for myself. So trying to get healthy, be in the best shape of my life. So I got a goal going on right now. How about yourself?
Oh, me too. I'm trying to get ready for the symposium. I think I want to lose like at least 2-3 pounds by then, you know. 2-3.
You can go to the bathroom and do that, Queen.
But the scale don't say so. Look, the scale don't say it, you know. Like, so you got say, look, one at a time, please.
Gotta stay there a little longer there.
Hey, I think I get up too soon, you know. I ain't messing with you, Mikey. We have an awesome guest with us today. All the way from Columbia, South Carolina, Miss Dahlia D. Hughes. Hey, Dahlia.
Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, Marquise.
Miss D.
All right.
What's going on? You having
Nothing
a good day?
Nothing going on too much here. Nice weather, beautiful day. Yes, lovely day.
Okay.
No rain.
No rain. Oh, that's always a good day. Yeah. Because we had enough of that to last a lifetime, believe me.
Oh my goodness. Yes. I'm glad you guys are safe down there.
Yeah. You had a lot, like every day it's been raining or something? Is this your rainy season or not really?
No, with us, we don't do too much with the rainy season. We did get the tail end of Ida, not as bad as those in New Orleans, and even like kind of zipped by us and headed to my hometown of Brooklyn. I saw Brooklyn was flooded. Now that's very unusual. Yes, Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah, they say. Yeah.
Before you continue on, did you already post it on Facebook and stuff? I'm looking for it. Can't find it.
I'm live.
Did you share it on Facebook and all that? I'm looking at it now.
You mean the flyer or? Yes, it's automatic. Mine is automatic.
Okay.
You went to Let's Talk Soul Line Dance Live?
Mm-hmm.
It should be on because mine is automatic.
Okay. Because I was looking for it.
It might just take a minute, but mine is automatic. It should be there live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Dee, what we usually do is we just want to talk to you. And before we get started with the questions and things like that, I'm just going to read really quick our mission statement to tell you why we're doing this and what we plan to achieve, okay, in doing this. So our mission statement is to discuss line dancing in all forms and share information with everyone in the industry, ultimately to bring the North, South, East, West, and other countries together in one place. So our vision is to interview line dance instructors and line dancers around the world to introduce them using face recognition, name, and team name. Use a podcast platform, which we use Restream, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube Live to broadcast the interviews and share information about our industry. ultimately making Let's Talk Soul Line Dance your one-stop get-to-know line dance platform that will feature line dance information around the world. So we are excited about what we're doing. So now everyone who tunes in, they say, well, who is, I know the name Dahlia D. Hughes. I've seen her dances and stuff, but I don't know the person. So now this platform will let them get to know you. Yes, Marquise?
Yeah, Ms. D, before you tell us about yourself, I'm not sure if you see that comment. Someone said they can't find it on Facebook either.
Yes.
Yeah, we want to at least get it on there because I know we got a lot of people like to see it. And I know
I don't know why, because it's recording.
Okay, maybe I'm gonna send her a message. Maybe she needs to go to YouTube.
Yeah, because it's mine is set up, Marquise, so it automatically does YouTube, Facebook.
Usually
it's about four others
usually
that I have.
Usually I see it on Facebook on Facebook on your page, but it didn't automatically pull up, so I don't see anything on there.
For real? Let me see if I can go and see what's going on, because it should be automatic on my page.
Right.
Is it on Let's Talk Soul Line?
It's probably only just on YouTube, probably.
Okay, it's not. Maybe does it take a minute to show up on? Usually it's automatic on Facebook, right?
Usually it's automatic on Facebook, because I normally share the link when I'm on there.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me.
What I do?
Let me. It should be live.
Let's see.
Yeah, I see it. It's not live. I don't see it on Facebook Live.
Okay.
Not on Facebook, but it is on YouTube.
It is on YouTube. It might be a little lapse. What type that lapse? You can go on to Facebook, but I know it should be, because seems like one of your streams is having connection issues. Okay, I just got a message from Restream that they were having connection issues, so that's probably why they don't see it on Facebook, but it's definitely on YouTube. So, in the chat, Marquise, did you already answer?
No, they listening in. They're listening in already. So.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Princess.
Yeah, thank you, Princess, for letting us know.
Princess, that's my daughter, my baby girl.
That's your baby girl. Oh, okay. Hey, Princess. Okay. So Dahlia, we're gonna get started with our questions, and so we can just have us some fun as usual.
Okay.
First of all, just tell us something about you, whatever you want us to know. You know, you have kids, you married, and then talk about your line dance team.
All right. Well, yes, I do have children, and I am married. 5 children, grown children.
Okay.
15 grands.
Wow.
And I have a great grandbaby on the way.
Okay.
And I so do love line dancing. I've always been a dancer. Way back in the day, my brother and I, we would do what you guys call the stepping. We call it a hustle in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And my brother Keith and my cousin Daryl, we were all over Brooklyn hustling.
Okay.
I would leave out the house when the club opens, and we shut it down.
All right.
And that's pretty much what we do right now with line dancing. We're there when the party begins, and when they play that, it's time to go. We about to make up a dance to that too, because we're not leaving just like that.
Well, all right. So your team, your line dance team.
Okay, well, my team is called the Classy Soul Line Dancers, Classy with a K.
Yeah.
And pretty much we're local. We're right here in Columbia. My group is seniors. And yes, I'm a senior too. Sometimes I do forget that I am a senior. But the seniors, I'm in a different category with the seniors. I'm a traveling senior. Most of my seniors don't travel. If they do, we do a local. And we used to have a first Friday before the pandemic. And we're working on getting that back. But that's our platform for my seniors, and they are so looking forward to getting that back in order that first Friday. That's where
Okay.
we get out, we meet and greet with each other, we bring food, everybody bring a dish. See, we can't do that anymore.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
pandemic has put a stop on a lot of that.
Hmm.
Definitely has, because a lot of people say we don't want no, buffets and all that kind of stuff. They was like,
Right.
we just want some food and keep it moving. We'll bring our own food. So
Yes.
it really is. So speaking of the pandemic, tell us about like some of the things you experienced during the pandemic as far as line dancing, and how did you overcome them, or what did you do? How did you get through?
Well, in the beginning, when they said 2 weeks, I
Mhm.
was looking forward to 2 weeks and everything going back to normal. But
Yeah.
after that 2 weeks, it was getting a little iffy. You can't clean with so many closets. You can't do with so much vacuuming. So, and I started doing my dancing at home, and I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, well, let me try to go virtual. So my normal classes that were on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, I
Mhm.
went ahead and did those classes on Facebook Live.
Okay.
But the trouble I had with Facebook Live, that music, they were blocking. You're blocked over here. You're blocked over here. In the middle of your,
Session.
class, they're cutting your
Mhm.
music off.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I started
Yeah.
switching over to YouTube Live.
Okay.
So we
Uh
had both platforms going, and that was pretty good for a while. But that 2 weeks turned into 2 months,
huh.
and it's still going on.
Yeah.
So this hasn't really changed too much as far as what we're going to do during a pandemic. I have started back teaching live classes. You want
Okay.
some? Okay, put in the kitchen in the sink. And I have my granddaughter over here, my namesake. I'm gonna bring her on in a second. Let you see my namesake. She loves line dancing too,
Okay.
and I take her to the classes, and
Mhm.
she like the advanced dances. She's 7 years old.
Okay.
She like
Okay.
John Woodhouse's stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I sent John a video of her doing triple sexy, and I guess she thought sexy was a bad word. So she said, "Can we do triple six?" But I knew what she meant. I think she thought sexy was a bad word. Delia, come say hello to the line dance community. I know a lot of them have seen her in my class. They all know her, Little D. Say hello, Little D.
Hi, little D. How you
Yes,
doing? That's
yeah.
good.
My daughter don't know what she did when she named this one after me. Mm-mm-mm.
Well, I
Yes,
hear you're
this
a
is my
dancer too,
baby.
little D.
Yeah, tell you like the line dance.
What's your favorite
Hmm.
line dance? You got a lot of
Tell her which one's your favorite. To say it loud. Let her hear you.
them. Which
Mhm.
Tell her. She said triple
triple six.
sexy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, triple
she
six.
getting
Yeah.
sexy out. Love. She getting that. Sexy's not a bad word.
Yeah, we heard
Sexy
we
is
heard
all
that you're a
right.
dancer. Yeah. Oh,
Hmm.
you're a good
She did
dancer, right?
ballet also. We
Okay.
sent her out to dance academy, and she was doing ballet and tap and jazz. I think she's gonna take after her grandmother
Yeah.
Okay. All
for
right now.
sure.
That
Hmm.
makes you definitely a good dancer, because your grandma is a great dancer. Okay. You gonna follow your grandma's
Thank you,
footsteps?
thank you,
Yeah.
Queen.
Yes.
Yes.
So Miss D, um, where's your next trip that you're traveling to?
Oh, Marquise. I
Mhm.
believe Ron D's having something in November,
Oh
but
yeah.
after that, tickets ready, bag is almost packed for UC. That is my like one of my favorites.
Yes.
I have been going the past 4 years now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we skipped last year, but ever since my first UC experience,
Mhm.
Mhm.
that's something I never want to miss.
Why
And
do you?
this year I have 16 people traveling with us this
Oh
year.
wow.
Okay. Cool.
Yes,
So why do you why
yes.
do you why do you why do you go? Why do you support the UC? What is it? What's the reason for you? For the UC?
The camaraderie, first of all. And it's such a beautiful thing to be recognized.
Right.
And they recognize all of the line dancers, north, south, east, west, and everybody gets together there.
Right.
We get a chance to dress up. I like my sweatpants and sneakers, but I like to put on my high heels too and get made up.
Say it
So the
again, Steve. Say it
UC,
again. Thank you.
yes, the UC gives you that opportunity, the
Yeah.
workshop. And then you know what? You see everybody that you've been watching on YouTube and learning their dances. I swear, I felt like I was a Hollywood star. They'll say, "Oh, we know you're dancing." They want to take pictures with you. I'm like, "Hey, I came to be entertained. I came to dance." I felt like a celebrity when I went out there, and I
Wow.
guess I felt like what would you call it? Those people who run behind the
Paparazzi.
artist paparazzi. Yeah, going,
Paparazzi.
"Oh, hey, are you gonna take a picture with you?" I have maybe about, and I'm not gonna kid you, about 300 pictures from
Oh
the
wow.
last
Wow.
UC.
Wow.
Marquise, you're in one of them. Yes, but I love UC. I so look forward to going to the UC award.
Yeah.
And then they said they're not going to do it this year, but I'm still looking forward to going. The voting, it's like the Academy Awards of line dancing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, you get to walk the red carpet and you
Right.
got people taking pictures everywhere, and I get to do my dances most of the time without calling them out. Because when I'm at a party, everybody like, "Hey, T, what's next? What's next?" They love to hear me do the call outs.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right.
They get the UC, I feel free. I can
Mm.
Mhm.
dance and don't have to say kickball change and next
Right.
war.
Because they're gonna probably mess around and do your dance D&M friends and family.
Oh, that would be lovely, Marquise. I just put out the instructional for that.
Thanks a lot, D. Like, why nobody ain't doing the dance? Oh, because D ain't doing no instructional out.
I know, but look, now I'll tell you like this: there's a lot of dances out there that's harder than mine. And you know what I do? I go in there, 3 seconds. Okay, walk to the right, pause, walk to the left. I could show you my book of line dances, and I have them in my phone too, just in case. I go right in my phone, pull up a certain dance. I have a few of them that I have trouble with
Uh,
remembering. I'll go in there and pull them up. But that's what I do. That's what we do.
so you
And I'll
tell me.
tell you about that D&M Friends and Family real quick.
Mhm.
They had the verses that night, the Isley Brothers, and I was trying to watch it, but it was on kind of late for me. So I sat here, I fell asleep. And about 12:15, 12:20, Princess, the one who was trying to get on, she tags me and it sends a message. "Hey, Ma, you guys should make up a dance to this." Now, mind you, out of the 5 children, nobody line dances, but they like to see me dance. They'll go to the events and watch, and they're always saying, "You got a line dance to this? This is a good song to make up a line dance to." But
Wow.
nobody, want to come out to the parties. But she sent me that about 12:15. "You should make up a dance to this." So, my dancing partner, Melvina, that's the M to the D and M. I
Okay.
just sent the message to her because I figured she'd be asleep. And I
Right.
said, "Hey, this song just came out. And my daughter said we should make up a dance to it." 5 minutes later, she goes, "Hey, I think I got part of the chorus. Now this is what we do." So I'm like, well, I was going to bed, but now, all right, let's get on. So I go into the bedroom and I put on YouTube, put the song on. She's on the phone, and there we are making up this dance on the phone.
Wow.
Okay, that's how we made up that dance. And in the morning, everybody knows I like to cook. So that morning, we decided let's get together about 10. I'll do breakfast. And let's wear black and white. I think that's what we wore that day. No, we wore our Chucks and Pearls. And she said, "Let's do our Chucks and Pearls and let's record." So about 11, 12 something that day, the next day, we were recording our video, the D&M Friends and Family.
Wow.
But we
Wow.
make up a lot of dances on the phone.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool.
Yeah, that's
So
my.
how is your first of all, two questions. One, do you write down your steps?
I do.
Really?
I have to.
So you
Okay.
do step sheets then.
Now it's not. You
Not-
might not understand it. It's D shorthand. Because when I do 4x, that means 4 times around. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. I got you. I got you. And they keep
Yeah, I
asking
sent
me, D.
somebody a song, and they was like, I'm just where I was in the beginning. I don't understand this, D. So then when I read it to them, like, oh, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Or
say
I'll
one of
put
my
F.
new members. I'm sorry. One of my new members asked me for a step sheet, and I'm like, how can you follow a step sheet if you don't know what a sailor step or a coaster step? And I write four, coaster step X4,
Yeah,
doing it 4 times. But if you don't know what a coaster step is, how are you going to follow my step sheet? And I still don't
right.
understand that.
Right, right.
They said we just go on YouTube and see somebody say sailor step. We know what it is.
Wow, wow.
Oh, okay.
And
To
if you
me,
ever
that's
get
harder. That's harder.
if
Go
you
ahead,
ever get a
Marquis. You
chance,
going to say something?
Miss B, if you ever get a chance, Rhonda Coleman,
Yes.
yeah, she had just put out a book for those who write steps. I ain't one of them, but I know it's really it's a really nice book that she had created for the community. And anything else is on Amazon for like $5 or so. If you ever get
Mm-hmm.
a chance to pick it up, man, it's a really good book to use for all your steps. Keep it all organized and everything else. She got it all broken down. She even got, I believe, in the beginning, she even have the names of the steps within the book as well too.
Right.
So
Okay.
man, check it
Cool.
out. Also, the second question I want to ask was, how does the creating process works for you when it comes like how does that if you can take us step by step how things work, how do you end up creating a dance, you and your partner?
Okay, well, what I usually do, I listen to the song
Okay.
and then I'll put just the order that the song is in. He did a verse,
Mm-hmm.
then the chorus comes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have like a little special here. I might call that a tag.
Right.
Oh, and then they went back to the verse or they went back to the chorus. And
Right.
I usually try to keep it like that. If there's verses, most of the steps are going to be the same thing
Right.
every time they do a verse.
Right.
Now, a lot of times with the chorus, they'll do it twice. And then later on, you notice in the end of the song, they might do it all the way out. So we'll say, okay, chorus all the way to the end.
Right.
Okay.
But we structure and this
Based off the
last
music.
D&M Friends and Family, we had a tag one and a tag two,
Right.
because
Okay.
after the first verse and the chorus, then it was pretty much tags.
Now,
Okay.
when did you learn to structure your dances that you created like that? Because I ain't gonna lie, for me, it took me a minute. But when you see the new dancers that's putting out dances now, you notice that. I don't know if you ever noticed that sometimes they don't have that understanding of how the structures is set up. So when did you come to that knowledge and understanding of how to structure your dance in that form?
Well, I think that's what made me become an instructor and become a choreographer. It's
Mhm.
because there were some dances do have that structure, and then some, it seems like they made up the dance and then they say, okay, this song might go with it. And then they'll put the song on. And then I get lost. I'm going to be honest with you because that's too much thinking for me. I got to remember what step I did. But
Right.
when you're dancing and here's the verse, you know what to do when the verse comes up. You
Exactly.
know what to do when the chorus comes up. And that's what I tell a lot of my students when I'm teaching the dance. I say, now this dance don't have parts. This is just a straight dance. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Pay
Right.
attention. Because when sometimes you look you watch a dance, you're like, oh, they should have did a little something right here because you
Right.
got that extra music or something.
Right. Right.
So
Right.
yeah, that's how as a line dancer, some of it wasn't working for me. And I had a hard time trying to remember what steps go where, even though I had them all together, but when do they do it?
Right.
And
Okay.
that was because the dance, I think, now, I don't know, but I think that it was made up and then they found a song to go with it.
Mm,
Okay. And yeah, some people do that.
I heard you
Some people
saying.
do that because you're like the dance is going on, but the music broke and it went to another part and still doing the same thing, so they didn't think that through really good. Or maybe that's just the way they wanted it.
Right.
Sometimes people create dances and they just want it to go like this.
Oh,
Yes.
Um,
man.
And for beginners also,
Right.
it's good where Mel and I, we did a dance. It was Andy Stokes, We on the Flow, D&M, We on the Flow. And
Right.
I felt that we should have just kept it going Same steps all the way through.
Keep
But
talking.
the more we did it, Mel said, no, we're going to need a tag. Because it
Right.
was just one little part and had a little rap in there with Snoop.
Right.
And it just wasn't working to continue doing the steps.
Right. Right.
So we
Right.
put a little shuffle to the left, shuffle to the right, turn around and do it again. But we had to add something in there to break it up because it just wasn't going with the song.
So when you create dances, you create for the do you create for the level of beginner and possibly intermediate, or what do you try to where do you stay where your lane is at? What would you say your lane is?
Well, I tell you, it depends on the song.
Okay.
Sometimes you find a good song, it's nice and easy, and it's just going straight on through, and you hear that beat, boom, 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 all throughout the song. We can do a beginner dance to that.
Okay.
But when that boom, boom, boom come, ba, 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 boom, boom, you got to change it. You
I
have
agree.
to, or you'll be lost.
Right.
Like, so that's what we do. That's how we do it.
I agree.
I was gonna say too, beginner dancers seem to be the ones that like escalate or I'll say spread out. Everybody's calling everybody or texting them. Hey, it's a new dance out. You got to check this out. It's real easy. That especially for us that teach seniors.
Yes.
Now, Marquise, on the other hand, Marquise teaches. When Marquise teaches dance, you need your vitamins, but it's a good dance. Don't get me wrong. It's not that it's not a good dance. But for senior citizens like me, I can't do backwards flips. Come on now. I mean, I'm a senior too. But I enjoy the dances. What's my favorite one, Marquise? I can't think of the name of it.
Nation.
Baby, what's happening?
Be more nation.
Yeah, no. Yeah, baby, what's happening? On baby, what's happening? You can follow that.
It's
You know,
structured.
right. It's a pretty smooth. I mean, it's got some little parts in there, but it's a dance that anybody almost can do once you learn it. You know what I'm saying? It's not one of those where you got 52,000 steps and you got to do twirls and backflips and all like that. But it's a really, really nice dance. And I truly believe, Marquise, and Dee, that's why that dance like went out. Everybody wanted to do it because it was one that everybody could do. And so I
And
think,
the music. You got to get
right,
that right
and the
music
music
too.
was perfect. Yeah.
That
Hi,
song, it kind
real
of,
quick, Joseph McFadden. Hey, Joseph. And Kevin Thompson checking in from Texas. Hi, Kevin. How you doing? Okay, go ahead, Dee. What were you saying?
yeah. When you and I just lost my train of thought.
The music.
Um,
He was talking about the music.
I'm sorry.
He was talking about the music. When you
That
get
wouldn't even help me because I was somewhere else. It was something that Sheila was saying, but it depends on the music. Sometimes you can get that straight dance where you can just continue to go, or sometimes you have to add a part or two.
right.
Yeah.
It just depends. It really just depends on the song, on the music, and you know what, Marquise and Dee both. Do you create dances like first of all you hear a song and you like it, but then do you create a mood in your song in your dance,
What do you
or
mean?
you just create a dance?
What do you mean?
You know, like uh, say if I'm having a long day, I'm tired, but this song come on, I like this song, so I'm creating now in a mood. Does that make sense? I'm not going to create this dance. I'm going to create this dance. Does that make sense? Like when I create dances in a mood. Now I have been asked to create dances to songs that's not even published yet, which one I just finished, and I had to go with the song. Does that make sense? I made a dance because I was asked to make a dance to this song. But if I just hear music and I'm in one of those calm moods, then I'm going to look for that calm song and I'm going to make that dance because that's the mood that I'm in. Does that make sense?
Right.
I said, do you all create dances like that, or do you just hear a song, you create a dance, and you go with it? I mean,
What you do, D?
Well, it depends how my knees are acting that day. Okay.
okay, see, that's the mood. That's the
Because
mood.
now there's sometimes I keep a little, I'll say a library of songs that we're thinking about creating dances to. And
Okay.
then one day I may be thinking about that song and I'll put it on and
Hmm.
I'll just start dancing to it.
Okay.
Something pops out. I feel something. I say, okay, we can do this on that part.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll call Mel. Hey, I got this much going. what you think.
Right.
And it could be a mood. It all depends. But now some of these fast ones, we have to wait some time till my knee is feeling a little bit better. Or and Mel will tell you, we're sitting here in the living room, and I said, okay, we're gonna do this. I said, but you go ahead and do it. I'm gonna sit. You try it. So she'll
So,
do them while I sit there.
so what
And then
dance?
when it's time for recording, I'll get up. We do it one time, and then we gotta record it.
So what's the
Catch my
dance?
knee at a good time.
What's the dance you stay away from, Miss D? 'Cause I know there's a dance that come on. You like, no, that I definitely ain't never doing that one. What dance?
No, I want to learn all of them. I really do. I
Mhm.
mean, well, I know I'm never going to learn all of the dances. There, I can't even say Marquise because there are some that I know they're really hard. I learn one little part. You see me out there. Yeah, okay, y'all. That's it. Then I go and sit back in my seat. I'm gonna get that part that I got. I'm gonna do what I know.
Right, right.
Right.
And then sometimes I get out there and I do the part I know. And then the other part that seemed a little bit harder
That'll be
is
something.
falling into place now.
Right.
Okay.
And that's how I do. But really, I don't, I tell my class when I start teaching advanced dances, I say, hey, if he could do it, you could do it.
Right, right.
If
Okay.
he walking with the same two legs you walking up.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at a dance and I say, if she can do it, I could do it. I don't care if she's younger than me.
Yeah, that's a good perception. I mean, someone might look at it and say, I'm not doing that,
Right,
you
right.
know, because, like you said, your knees, my back. And then I know I'm teaching senior citizens. Senior citizens are not going to do backwards flips. It's just not going to happen. So you're wasting your time. Well, I'm going to tell you a quick story. We came to South Carolina to Sherlyn Woodhouse dance. No, it wasn't Cheryl. I'm sorry. It was Miss Wendy in Augusta. And they were doing Get Big. And I knew when I saw Get Big, I said, "Oh, well, I ain't got to worry. I ain't got to learn that one because they're not gonna learn that one." We came back and they was like, "Can you teach us Get Big?" I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Right.
I had to learn Get Big so that I could teach them because they wanted that. And then they came with the James Brown,
Oh, yeah.
Super Bad. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
those dances that you have to be on something to do. You know what I'm saying? But they're nice dances. Don't get me wrong, but I'm like, we got to piece this together because this thing says in day one, thing says in day two.
Right, right. So, actually, to you, Queen, to your question earlier, yes, everything because the dance is all inspired by the music. It always involved a mood associated with it. Like you can't just like I've had people who suggest send me tracks, but I'm not feeling it. So I'm not feeling the vibe of the track or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So every dance is inspired by mood, and that's when you start coming to the creation of it, if anything else. But question for you, Queen, as well as you, Miss D, and Kevin, I'm gonna acknowledge that answer. He's so funny. But all right. So obviously, I'm younger, but I deal with certain ailments and everything else. Nothing too serious, but I'm like, as you know, they always, I got this older guy. He like, wait till you get this age, you gonna get this, and all that stuff, right? So knowing that most people when they're older, they have certain, parts of their body that age, they have to ice up, they have to take some medication, blah blah. But y'all still out there on the floor though, like no question, you know. And I'm trying to understand, like, how do I get like that when I get older? How are y'all managing your pain? How are y'all still being able to dance through the pain and go to practice and go to class and go to these parties and this, that, and the other and still be on the floor? Like, how does that work? Because I don't understand that. Because I mean, shoot, me, I put my toe on the corner of the thing, and that's I don't want to go nowhere. You know what I mean? That's a new generation or something. Yeah, boy, they made y'all different or something. Golly.
I'm gonna let D answer first, and then I come back. Hi, Sherlyn Woodhouse. Go ahead.
Well, for me, I tell my class I gear up. Before I leave home, I done put that liniment on my back I got my knee rub, but I don't use the Ben Gay kind. That's for night. I don't want to go out smelling like an old lady. Okay.
Okay.
But I put my Ben Gay. I have my KT strips, my knee braces. I put those things on, back brace, straddle it up, and I'm out there. You wouldn't even know the stuff I got holding me together out there dancing. But for the most part, it's the adrenaline.
Gotcha.
You
Okay.
know, when the adrenaline is flowing, you don't feel anything.
That's
You could
true.
have just got hit by a Mack truck. You don't feel it until you start sitting back to
Then you
relax.
sit down. Woo,
That's when
baby.
you feel. So
Yes.
that's why you gotta keep going, Marquise. Because when you
Yes.
sit down, that's when the pain start happening.
That's
That's when
So
you gotta
keep
stay
on
down.
going from till the last song is over. Dance your way out the door.
Got
I
it.
was going to say, Marquis, in response to your question too, we were in Savannah, Georgia last weekend. I think it was like, yeah, last weekend. We were dancing with I can't think of her names. I want to, but we were there dancing, and I had just got word that my husband was rushed to the hospital. I'm like, oh my God. We drove. So we had just got to Savannah. And I'm like, oh my God. If something happens, you know how you think something happens to my husband. I'm up here dancing, it's gonna be, but I'm gonna tell you what I did. They asked me to teach gospel. And so I have several gospels. I put on In the Middle, Isaac Caree. And it talks about whenever you're going through something, put this song on. I said it, in fact, when I introduced the song, the dance, I said, put this song on. Remember that God is in the middle of whatever you're going through, and He'll make it all right. And I promise you, I was a blessing to myself teaching that dance because I was really going through worrying about my husband, thinking, should I go home? I brought people with me, how I'm going to do it. And I started to dance to the gospel song, that and I'm blessed. I
Hmm.
started to dance to both of those, so I taught both of them. And when I finished, during the time, I really forgot about everything. So that's what I was going to say in response to Marquise. Sometimes, a lot of times, dancing can take you to a place where nothing else can take you. Not
That's right.
alcohol, not drugs, not, nothing else. When you get on that dance floor, especially when you're like us, we are fanatics for dance, for line dance. But or how you said, passionate about it. When you get on that dance floor, if you're doing the right thing, everything else go out the window. You can forget all
Mhm.
your troubles. You can forget all that's going on at home when you get on that dance floor. Then when you get off, like you said, then sit down. It all might come back.
It's right there. It never left.
Right.
It
So what
never
about
left.
you,
It just
Marquise? You answer your own question. Tell us about you.
Shoot, man. Right now it's just straight ibuprofen. My ankle break. You know what I mean? I keep telling myself, you need to sit down, man. Don't do it, Keith. Don't push yourself. But when you get that music going and everything, and then you gotta learn the advanced dance challenge and put it out there so people like Kevin can get on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You just like you said, you kind of lose thought. You just forget everything because you're in that space that
Hmm.
you're in that I forgot what they call it, but it's just a certain space that you're in where nothing else matters. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's right.
That zone.
mhm.
So yeah, man. It's that's. But I just know I'm barely making it, but I be seeing everybody else. They older than me, and they be like, they ain't got no pain. Like, y'all kidding me, man. What y'all on? Somebody got the threat. The fuck? I need to tell us the secret. God, Lee. I'm
I
talking.
know. It's just a feeling. For me, it's just a feeling. Like I'll be like, oh my knees, oh my back, but my song come on, and I know the dance to that. What? I'm like, okay, hey, go ahead, knee, get out my way, cause I'm about to do this.
Mm.
For
I'm ready
sure,
to
for
go.
sure.
What's your
In
what's
the
your
front.
what's the song for you, Miss D? That's like if you hear this, oh man, every move. I ain't teaching nobody nothing. I'm in my own place. Get out of my way. Matter of fact, I'm here by myself now. You know what I mean? What song again
Oh,
for
which
you?
one? Oh, there are several. There are several. But I guess, one of my favorites, all-time favorites, and everybody looked for me to be in the front, should have known better. When that dance first came out, Ron D taught that dance at a workshop one Saturday. I went home, I practiced that thing.
Mhm.
I went back to class on Tuesday. I taught it, and it seemed like they wasn't getting it. I know I had to go home and practice it too. So we kept practicing because I keep going over and over and over the dances till they finally get it. When I put on the song, I need you to say kick, step back, or whatever. I want you to know.
Do
So
you?
we did that. And now when that song come on, everybody looking for me to be right in the front. That was one of my and Ready Set Show, CK.
Did.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And that's funny because I haven't seen that dance being played in a while. I mean, I don't know if you have anything, but that was a dance that you hear people always, yeah, with a cha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
What was the first one you said? Because you said Ready Set Show, and what was the first one?
Yeah, Ready
Should have
Set
known
Show,
better.
and
Should
should
have
have
known
known
better.
better. Yes, should have known
Oh,
better.
okay.
Yeah, that's Benita Stewart Rucker's dance.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
cool.
And now my favorite dance, the class already know it, are in your door.
And you talking about with
That's
Robert Sykes?
I love that dance. I love that song.
First of all, help me understand how you gonna learn his dance and how different. And his dance steps ain't always simple. And then you pull up that whiteboard, and now you
Don't
gotta.
pay his white boy no attention. That's the thing. I did my own system. So I'm gonna tell you how Robert did his dance. I'm gonna tell you this dance. He said, because he does his rotations in threes.
Right.
So, and really, the way you look at the board, you would think it read one way, it reads another. That's why I don't pay his board any attention.
Wow.
But I watch Robert and I write down part one, part two. So I'm gonna tell you the steps to R in Jador.
Okay.
It's 1-1, 2-2,
Oh wow.
1-1-1, 2-2, 1-1.
Wow.
Not what Robert say. See, I got to change it up to suit D.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now you're gonna be able to do that dance.
Okay, then, because I see 1, 2, 3, 3, 2,
No.
1, 2, 3, 2, 1, back to the beginning. Oh, don't forget, we're gonna do a little tag here, all on the whiteboard. I'm like, boy, I tell you, I ain't never learned this dance.
No, don't let that white boy confuse you. That's for Robert. That's not for you.
Hey, so Queen, just so you know, Robert Sykes, at all his dances, he introduces whiteboard, and it supposedly have the sequence of the steps and the order of everything go. I never could follow any of it. I just used to laugh.
But it goes in a row. It doesn't go across. Rotation 1 goes down. Rotation 2 is the second column. Rotation 3 is the third, and on and on.
I just tell the brother, I say, man, I learn it when I see you, man. That's how I learned.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's how I learned RN Hustler. I was like, you got to show this to me in front of me because I ain't that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah.
But I got a question. Why is it that when instructors go to do a workshop, you only got 30 minutes? They teach a dance that's going to take 6 hours to learn. I never understood that. Shouldn't you bring like not the necessarily simple dance, but a dance that's not so many parts? Like I heard somebody today I was looking at a dance. She said, "Oh, this is a 90 beat dance." I really turn that off because I know I don't want to learn that. 90 beats? Are you kidding me?
But nowadays, it's only 25 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes in a lot of these workshops.
Right.
Honestly, it's really not that the dance is that difficult to learn. It's sometimes it's the person who's teaching it. Because not every choreographer
I agree with
you know
every teacher cannot teach a workshop.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between your class and teaching a workshop.
Yeah, because you got a lot of people who create dances, but they're not great teachers. And then you have some people who are great teachers who just can't create dances. So that's normally when you have, because we all know when we go out to these workshops, we already know we got a set amount of time. And we already know what dance to teach and this, that, and the other. We know not to spend too much time. We should know exactly what parts might trip up people. So we modify it just in case. It's the best as possible at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But, not everybody understand the concept, just like Ms. D understand the concept of creating a dance. and having a structure to it. Not everybody have that understanding. So yeah, I don't get it either.
And Shirley and Woodhouse say, boom, there it is.
So
No,
is she where you is she in are she near you or how far are you in Miss
no,
Cheryl?
she's online. Oh yeah, how close
Oh
is
yeah, we're
Cheryl?
not far. Cheryl was attending my classes also before the pandemic, and I would go to hers too.
Right.
But since the pandemic, Cheryl hasn't been teaching.
Right.
Yeah, she said
Mhm.
she has.
She on her funkadelic. She on her funkadelic vibe right now.
Oh
On
yeah,
the booth.
yeah.
Yeah.
Question. So who's all in? So where is? 'Cause I see Franklin Jones up there, and I know I went up to Claudette's event one time as well too. So like, where is everybody? How far
Well,
is everybody?
Claudette, she's in South Carolina, but she's near the beach.
Oh,
We're in the Midlands. Franklin, myself, and Cheryl, we're in the Midlands.
okay.
That's the
Okay.
center of South Carolina. So we're
Okay.
here. We have well, Wendy, that's Augusta actually, but Augusta is like right outside of South Carolina. So we go down there too. I go to everybody class.
Right. So how do y'all
Okay.
keep the unity or with all the groups and all that stuff? Because I know that's one thing that a lot of
Good
states
question.
struggle with. So for you guys, like, how do y'all keep the unity where not one person is better than the other and all that other stuff? How does that work with you guys over in South Carolina?
Well, we support each other. And Ann has a class in Charleston. If she got something going on in Charleston, we headed to Charleston. Rondee's in Green, he have something, we headed to Greenville. When there's something going on here in Columbia, they all come here. And
Mm,
we are just one big South Carolina family. Nobody is better than anybody over here, over there. We all work together here in South Carolina.
gotcha.
And that's
So
that's and so yeah. What is the glue that keeps that together?
that's a good question. Yeah.
That everybody loves dancing.
Mm.
Everybody here loves dancing, and everybody here, it's that Southern hospitality.
Okay.
So
That's
question.
good.
So if I mean you've been in the game for how long now, Miss D? How long you been in part of the line
Well,
dance
I
community?
started line dancing in 2013.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
How was you
That's about
introduced?
8 years.
How were
Mhm.
you introduced?
Well, a friend of mine, may she rest in peace. She was here in South Carolina. I had moved to New York for a little while, and she was like a sister to me. And she was like, "Sis, they're doing this new thing down here called line dancing. When you get back, because where you saw Renee, you saw me. We were just inseparable." And so I was looking forward to getting back to dancing with her because we always went out. We danced. As a matter of fact, on Rewind, we went to a party in Charleston. They were line dancing. We didn't know it was to the magnitude it is, but she can remember the steps like that. So we be sitting at a party and she said, we could do the Charleston to that because we didn't know there were names to the dances. So we just call them the places that we learned the dances at. If we learned it
Mhm.
in Charleston, we call it the Charleston. If we learned it in Greenville, we call it the Greenville. We learned it
Okay.
in New Orleans, we call it the New Orleans. And so when I
Okay.
got back to South Carolina, she had passed away. But another friend of mine, Lorraine, we had been talking about it also, the three of us going. And Sandy Thompson had a class here at the Adult Activity Center. That's where I teach now. And we went there one day, one class. And we walked out of there like, what was that? I can't wait till Thursday. Did you? We were writing down the dances. We were trying to write down stuff like, how do they do that? Oh my God. It was just so exciting for us. And from that day on, I've been line dancing. Then I got to the point they asked, do you want to travel? Yeah, we want to travel. We started traveling. And I was learning the steps and I would call out to the person next to me, go to the right, go to the left. So that started encouraging me to be an instructor.
Mm.
So that's where
That's
all
good.
that came from.
We want to say hi to Melvina. Hey, Melvina. She tuning
And
in to us.
All right,
Hey.
hey now.
So,
That's what's up.
what do you, Marquise Andy? What do you think about when you go to a dance and your team, several of your team members go with you, and they want you to call out the dances while you're on the floor? What do y'all think about that? What's your feedback about that?
I do. I want them to have fun. And it's not going to take nothing away from me if I called it out or if I didn't. I'm still going to be dancing and having fun.
Mhm.
So I want my group to have fun too. If they need to know, I'm gonna call it out for them. But there's some of them that, hey, what's I said, oh no, we went over this now. I know you know this dance. I know you know this dance. Or sometimes they'll be sitting down. I said, wait, you better come on. I taught you this
Oh
dance.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I say for
What
me,
about you, Marquise?
because like normally you kind of have an idea of what event you're going to, so you kind of prep your class as best as possible for the dances that you're going to learn or do at that event. So depending on the situation, yeah, I'm willing to accommodate them and teach them the step, especially if they're adamant about learning it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but like I said, man, if there's certain songs and certain dances, I'm like you on your own on this one. Hey, ask me later. We could we could learn in the hallway or something. But hey, not this
No,
song
I
right
mean
here.
at the party though. At the party, you at the
Right.
party or somebody's dance, and you call the steps out to your team while you're on the dance floor.
Not to the whole team. Probably just one individual.
Oh, see,
One,
that's what I'm saying. My team, we travel in busloads, and they want me to call out the dances while we doing it. Do you know how long we have been doing flashing? Since what, 2000, right? And they still want me to call out the steps to flashing. I'm like, just dance, just
Mm-mm.
dance. I
yeah.
want to have fun too. I don't want to try to remember these. I know the steps, but do I want to remember the call outs and all like that while I'm
Well, you
trying to
already
enjoy myself?
Queen. You already know what you got to do, Queen.
Hmm.
Go ahead and send them through the training.
What's that?
Go ahead and send them to the training now that you put me through. Put them through their training now so they can get it together. They got 7 dances to learn, and from easy to hard. I started off in Queen class. I started off in Queen Sheila's class, and we was, I was good. I was, I felt a little confident until she told us we had a semester where at the end of the semester, now we had to learn several dances. And you had to know all the dances in order to get past, to pass, fully. And they started out
Wow.
simple, you know what I mean, with the Michael Jackson, all the way to the hardest one that I still don't do to this day is Pieces.
Oh my. You gonna do pieces?
I love it.
No. Because soon as all I know is I need a drink. I need a drink. I need a drink. I need a drink. That's all I know. When we start getting to the special at the end, nope, you lost me. I don't even make it that far. No. And I was,
It's so
I was
funny.
terrified. And then she
We
brought
had graduation though, and Marquise did great, now didn't you? You knew every dance.
I think I did. You know what I mean? I kind of blacked out. I don't even remember what happened after a while.
Gee, we even had a graduation. They walked, they got their diploma and everything. We had a
Oh wow.
but listen, he left that class and became an instructor. And
Mm-hmm.
then you got Keith.
I'll tell you, and I do definitely give kudos to Queen and Deidre and Ed from Soul Slaughters. They really encouraged me to be something I didn't really see. Like Queen used to be trying, hey, if I'm out of class, you think you could teach the class? I'm like, hey, nah, you out of class, I'm out of class. You know? We both out of class. Yeah, definitely it really helps. So I mean, I guess the question will go back to you, Ms. D. How do you challenge your people? Because I know you deal with beginners, but I know you deal with some beginners that's possible and capable of doing more, but they choose to stay like below beginner level, like the beginner level. They choose to stay there. How do you deal with that situation?
Well, I mean, I want everybody to have fun.
Right.
If you think this dance is a little bit too much for you, then you need to sit it out because I don't want you struggling. However, I teach a beginner class and an intermediate class.
Right.
And they are back to back. 11:15 to 12:15 beginner, 12:30 to 1:30 intermediate.
Okay.
So if you think this is too much for you. You might want to come to the earlier class, or this is not enough for you. Stick around for the later class.
How do you
Okay.
encourage the ones that to become like to get into the intermediate level, or do you just leave them in a position where they decide what they
They
want
pretty much decide, or sometime as we transition, I'll do a dance that's not
to intermediate?
really hard,
Mhm.
and they'll watch. I said, see, you could do this one too. And, just if they see one that's not too bad, like with 4 part and 2 bridges and a tag and stuff, then they'll stick around for it. And then they get interested.
Mm.
Now,
I
tell
was
we
gonna
have
say
some.
what I do, Marquise, is say like a intermediate dance. Like baby, what's happening? Okay. At first they're like, oh, that's just way too many steps. But when they saw that all these over here knew that dance and they didn't, then they wanted to learn it.
Mm.
Hmm.
You know, so that's usually what happens. They'll see. I know in my class, they'll see the ones that practice at home all the time and come back and know the dance, do the
Yeah.
dance. Like, well, I want to learn it too. Come on, teach that dance to us. So now they want to move up, to the next level.
Hmm.
So why do you so D? So why do you want to learn, or why do you choose to learn challenging dances? I ain't gonna even say advanced, but why do you choose to learn challenging dances versus
Because
standard?
I like to travel, I'll go out of town, and I want to be able to stay on the floor
Gotcha.
because I love dancing. So, you know, if it's a little bit more challenging, I'll be out there next time. But
Gotcha.
I'm going to learn it. I just like to dance.
Okay.
Have you learned Hush yet?
Oh yeah, I did Hush last year with no, year before with Ray at UC.
Oh, okay. So you was on the floor out there with them. Okay.
Hmm. Oh
Okay.
yeah.
What about your peoples? Your peoples ready for that?
The people that came with me that time, Melvina, we didn't bring a big crowd that time. Now
Okay.
this time, I'm getting people ready, and I tell you, 16, and I tell them they're definitely going to be doing this at UC. Even may be doing it, may not, but I know we did it the last time.
So
And at Baltimore Goodfoot, they want to learn dances like that too. So I teach them all of that.
I just realized something. You said Melvina, which is your road dog, your DNM, right?
Right.
It's the same Melvina that be on here with us, Melvina Ledger.
No,
Yes.
no. Are you talking? Okay, go ahead. Talk. I thought you were talking about something else, Marquis.
What's Melvina last name?
Oh, Melvina Ledger, that's the one that's with me.
You gotta be kidding. Okay. Oh, so I might be talking about a Stevie. Okay, it was another Mel. All right, got it. I'm getting them confused.
Yeah, you talking about Melva. You thinking of Melva?
Yeah.
She's in my group.
Yeah.
That's usually
That's
on.
that age. That's that age, Queen. That's that age. That age get me in.
Oh, you still young. You still young.
Let me go take something. I got medicine for that.
Okay. Yeah, I know we could go on forever because this has been so awesome. And we do have a couple of segments that we need to cover during this interview process. We want to give away some money. So I have a trivia question for those that are listening out there. You must put it in the chat. As my phone, I don't even know where it is, so my phone is not here. You must type your answer in the chat in order to win money. So we're giving away $5 to for each trivia question. So my first trivia question is, how many grandchildren did Dee say that she has? How many grandchildren did Dee say that she has? So you put your answer in the first one to answer, you win $5. And while we're waiting for the answer, a few announcements. If you would like to be a guest on Let's Talk Soul Line, drop us a line at Let's Talk Soul Line Dance at gmail.com. And or you can give us a call at 813-407-1216. Hi, Cheryl, that's not the right answer though. And let's see what else. If you would like us to average your event that you're having or your classes on Let's Talk Soul Line Dance, then drop us a line at the same place and the same phone number, 813-407-1216. And we are advertise your event for a small fee. And Cheryl said she was guessing. She said I missed the main interview.
And Cheryl know my children and my grandchildren.
Oh yeah. She thought
Yeah.
maybe she didn't hear the question. Anybody else have some guesses out there? What about you, Melvina? Sorry. I mean, Princess Leah said 15. That's the correct answer. All right, Princess Leah. All right. So Princess Leah, the phone number is on the screen. You text me your cash app to that number, and I'll send you your money. All right, Marquise, you got a trivia question.
Yeah. The next question. She said,
Okay,
"What's the
what's
question?"
the question?
Okay,
All right,
I
The
so
got
question
something
was
up
how
here I'm
many
trying to get off.
grandchildren does it?
all right. So where is Miss D originally from? We know where she lives at, but where's she from though?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah, where's she from? Okay, while we're waiting for the answer to that question, we're gonna have a 2022 Dancing on Water. We're gonna be on a cruise ship. It's October 17th to 22nd, 2022, and you don't want to miss it. If you never danced on water like Peter did, then you need to hang out with us. We're gonna be dancing on water. Okay? Cheryl Woodhouse said New York. Well, Melvina said it first. New York. Is that correct, V?
So that's
That's right.
a broad
Right.
answer. She could be anywhere in New York. Where in New York though?
Yeah,
Come
where
Where
on.
did
in
I
New
say
York?
I was
Okay.
from?
What
You know,
part?
part
What
of
part
New
of New
York.
Cause
York?
you know how they get them New York people get. You just can't say they from New York. You gotta tell them exactly where they are from.
That's right.
Do your New York side ever
Okay.
come out still, Miss D? Like, does it ever come out every now and again?
Oh yeah, people out there say, "What part of New York you from?"
Don't
That's what
tell
they
me.
always ask me. I'm like, "Who said I was from New
I'm gonna
York?"
I'm gonna tell you, Miss D. I'm gonna tell you. I think I ran into you. Oh, it was over at Rondi's event, and I think it was like, I think it was like around we was leaving or we was getting breakfast, and I could take the first thing I felt from you. I was like, Miss D, man, she don't play the radio. I can tell you. I think you said you had to go to church or you had to listen to church or something you had to do on Sunday. And I was like, yep. And I just felt the energy like, man, Miss D don't play the radio. You better be careful what you say to her, boy, because she'll get you right.
I was gonna say too, Marquis. She came to, I believe it was 2018 symposium, right, Nadine? I think it was 2018. And on
Mhm.
Sunday we had Gospel Sunday. Man, we tore that place up, praising God
Oh
that
my
Sunday.
goodness, that was
Boy, we
beautiful.
danced out our shoes. We almost danced out our clothes. I mean, we really praised the Lord, and it was, you could tell it was
Yes.
genuine. People were crying, people were, shouting, and I mean,
Yes.
it was sincere. And D started it. D put
Yeah.
the, like we had a little what's that stuff? Gasoline, and D lit the match. I said, Lord have mercy, here we go. Oh my God, we had so much fun. It was truly a blessing.
I hope that's the only thing she did.
Lisa said Brooklyn, New York. Is that it?
That's it, Brooklyn.
Pennsylvania? Okay. She said Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, Queens.
Okay. Brooklyn, Queens. Okay. All right. That's a good answer. Good answer. Good answer. And what did Dee say was her favorite dance? The first one that she named. What was the favorite dance of hers? The first dance that she named.
Which one?
Okay. Cheryl, we already have the answer from Princess Leah. It's Brooklyn Queens. Yeah, we already have it. So
She's
now next trivia is what is her favorite dance? The dance that she really likes.
so
So
oh
okay,
shoot.
go ahead.
Oh, good, Malvina. Good one, Malvina.
Melvina has it.
Cheryl,
Melvina has that
Cheryl,
answer.
I know what Cheryl test looked like. Cheryl would just be marking answers, and whichever one hit, that's I already see her strategy. I ain't mad at you, Cheryl.
Marquise, we have one more trivia. You have one?
Nah, you took all my questions. Thanks, Queen.
I took. Oh.
So, Ms. D,
Okay.
you ever connect with any of the people from New York that dance, the line dancers over there, like Brooklyn Ed? Cause I never met Brooklyn Ed. Like, have you connected with any of them that's over in New York?
I've met Brooklyn Ed. We've danced at the Red Ball. That used to be a big highlight here, almost like the UC Award. Yeah, it was something that Sandy did every year. But I met him there. Now that was my first big outside of South Carolina event that I stayed over, for the weekend, and that was a beautiful thing there.
Okay.
Yeah, Brooklyn
Yeah.
Ed. And now, when I've been to New York, I didn't line. When I was in New York, I didn't line dance. All my line dancing was here.
Oh,
Okay.
But I met some of the people, from IFE. I met Brooklyn Ed and stuff. But those were at other events, other places.
got you.
Yeah, I met him. I met
Mhm.
Brooklyn Ed at UC Star Wars. But I was there the year when it had the blizzard.
I
When it
heard
had the,
about that. I heard
yep, I
about
was
that
there
one.
with the blizzard. We had to stay over extra day because we couldn't get out of there.
That's
Yeah.
what they said.
And I met Brooklyn Ed and several other instructors there. Lady D, and
Hmm.
I actually met her at the counter. Her and tell you what, the one from California, Marquise, with the blonde wig,
Biggie.
Vicky.
Dickie
Yep,
Johnson, yes.
Vicky Johnson. I met Vicky Johnson at UC Star Wars for the first time. First time I met her was at UC Star Wars. So you do get to meet a lot of people. You get to meet a lot of people
Hmm.
there.
Definitely.
Okay, so it's time for our shout out. D, would you like to start our shout outs? You have any shout outs you'd like to?
Well, I'd like to
Anybody you
give a
like to shout
shout
out
out
to?
to my partner in crime, Melvina,
Mm.
to my
Okay.
girl Lorraine, to my mother, all
Mhm.
the classy soul line dancers that are tuning in right now. Thank y'all
Yeah.
so much for your support.
Mhm.
Mm.
Big shout out
Yeah.
to you and Marquise for this platform.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Mm.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Marquise. You have shout out?
Well, shout out once again to Miss D coming through with the patience. We do
Yeah.
appreciate it. Me for holding on. We're glad that you was willing to set aside some time for us because
Oh,
at the end of the day, we like to get to know the people in the community that's helping the community grow. So we do appreciate your time for real. Also appreciate all those that still joined us, even though we were only on YouTube.
Yeah. I don't know. I have to find out about that because I pay too much for this platform for us to be
wow.
getting
Yeah.
stuff.
Appreciate Queen. Shout out to Queen for the platform for us to be able to do this.
Bless
So we
you.
definitely appreciate you for that as well.
Bless you. I can have a few shout outs. I'm just gonna do a couple. Lacey Davis, Dancing Divas and Dudes,
Yeah.
and Jackie Bain. I just talked to her
Mm.
today. Franklin Jones. I know y'all know Franklin out of South Carolina,
Yeah,
Columbia.
Frank.
Um,
He probably on
huh?
the couch watching YouTube right now. He said he
Okay.
was chilling on the couch earlier today.
Okay. Then we have IGB. We have Wendy Jones, Omaha, Nebraska. You talked about those, a step above. And Lee the General and James Carr, High Energy. Line Dance Fever and Fitness out of Durham, North Carolina, South Carolina. And of course, we want to give the 18. Is this right, Mikey?
I'm gonna need you to
I'm
work
going to
on
get it
that.
right one day.
It's
18.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you
Oh,
gotta
okay,
get
that's where
that.
it
You
go
gotta
out.
get
Okay,
Thank
the
you.
18.
Thank you. Hold on to
Shout out to
that.
18. We want to give a shout out to Sandra MGM Line Dance, our other co-host that couldn't be with us today, to her and her team. And you always want to give a shout out to the Line Dance Connection of Tampa, Florida, and Miss D Classy Soul Line Dancers out of Columbia, South Carolina. Let's give them a hand.
Thank you, Sheila Marquise.
Great.
Yes. So if you
Hmm.
please, we ask everybody to subscribe, tell your friends, hit that like button, hit the bell so that you can get a notification whenever we come on. We are Let's Talk Soul Line Dance, and the phone number is on the screen. And then we also take donations to keep this platform going. Once you subscribe to our page on YouTube and like on Facebook, you can give us donations at Cash App is $ the LDC, or PayPal is paypal.me/Queen Sheila. And we want you to know that before we close out, Dee, we're gonna let you have some final words with us, or for us, or to us, and then Marquise, and then I'll close it out.
All right. Well, I just want to let everybody know I really appreciate all of your support. And I'll tell you something, line dancing is not just good for your body, it's good for your mind too. And for the older folks, it helps with Alzheimer's. It keeps that mind going, keep you thinking. So stick with dancing. It's great for your health. And I'll see you on the dance floor.
Hey.
Yes, yes. All right. Thank you. And Marquise, you have some closing remarks?
Yeah, well, first of all, once again, thank you, Ms. D, coming out. Also, for all the people that's viewing, since I got y'all attention, don't forget, it is the month of September. Is a dance challenge. All right,
Yes.
so there's 2 dances. There's Defiance, and then there is what's my dance called? I know y'all know the name of it. So it's a second dance that's out there as well too. It's called Fab Four. All right. So we
Fab,
right.
F-A-D,
Yeah,
Fab 4.
Yep, Fab Four. You probably seen Jero do it a lot, Queen. But,
Okay.
but basically, that dance is out there. We're encouraging each and every individual to do the dance, record the dance, and post the dance, and tag us. Miss
Tag
Cheryl,
you.
don't be pulling no throwback, Miss Cheryl. Throwback dances. They got to be all real time dances to this day.
All
But
right.
the whole purpose behind it is one is just to encourage each and every individual to challenge themselves, and also put more light on a lot of these dances out here. So definitely, we asking everybody to take advantage of it, support it. It is very inspiring to each and every individual who's observing. Trust and believe, they are definitely inspired and motivated. So when you do it, somebody else is doing it too.
Yes. And thank you, Lisa, Princess Leah, Princess Leah, Princess Cheryl, Melba, and everyone else that tuned in today. I have one bit of facts I forgot to tell you. Is the only physical activity protection against dementia in the United States.
Come here, baby, sir. Come here. Right back.
Medical improve strength and condition. It goes to show you that the researchers, these are colleges that are doing big research papers, and they found out that line dancing period, is one of the best exercise you could do to keep your body young, keep your mind going, and keep it fresh, keep everything fresh. You know, all that older stuff. You know what I'm saying, Marquise? We would like to thank all of our viewers. I want to thank Ms. D for coming on today and letting us interview. It was an awesome interview. Thank you for all your input. And then for Marquise, the co-host, Marquise, you are awesome co-host. Thank you for everyone that tuned in. And we always say, love is no good unless you give it away. So here's some of mine. And in closing, we want you to know that God is good all the time. Hey, Princess, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. So whatever you're doing, whatever your whatever your ambitions or your desires are in the dance community, like Marquis giving you a challenge, just keep dancing. If you don't complete the challenge, just keep dancing. If you keep dancing, keep doing it, keep moving, keep your mind fresh, one day you'll get it. If it's not today, it might be tomorrow. You know, one day you'll get it. So just keep dancing. Don't give up. Whatever it is, don't give up. You know, we all know our limits. We all know what we do, what we like. As long as we keep doing it, we're good. If there's nothing else, we want to say thank you, Ms. D. We really appreciate you. The interview was awesome. Marquise, thank you so much. All of our viewers, thank you. And those who's supposed to send me a text, don't forget to send me a text so you can get your money. Okay? Love you. Have a blessed one. And we'll see you next Sunday.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.